everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading here on my YouTube channel, Into the Light. Thank you so much for being here today and clicking on this video. So today's reading is going to be about life with your future spouse. So what is life going to be like, and also the intimacy with your future spouse, what would that be like as well? So we have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile 1 with the sunstone crystal, pile 2 with the rose quartz, and pile 3 with the carnelian. So those are your 3 piles to choose from today. Think about the question, what will life be like with my future spouse? And let your intuition guide you to your pile of choice. Alright, so we will be getting started with the sunstone crystal. I'll see you in your reading. Alright, so if you have chosen the sunstone crystal, you found your way to your reading. So, what will life be like with your future spouse and also the intimacy? So I'll do this one last, and we'll get started with this. I have so many cards here today, so I'm just going to do them a few at a time. Okay, so we'll get started with the Gypsy Oracle. We have falseness, servant, doctor, star, the man. We have the tree, the fish, and the birds. Okay, so we'll just get started with these first. Okay, so I definitely see with falseness being here, what I'm picking up is so you know how historically there's always that male breadwinner thing that people really saw as the most iconic, most preferred type of a living, that the male is the breadwinner. Yeah, that stuff doesn't exist anymore. And instead of that, instead of the man being the one that's making most of the money, there's this thing where couples might feel like, okay, well, I still want to portray that to others. It's performing that to other people. I just took a course like this in university, so I know what I'm talking about. So basically, you're going to kind of over exaggerate your spouse's, if your spouse is a man, the man is going to be, they're going to be working a good job, yeah, but they're not really necessarily going to be making more money than you are, but you're just going to put that falseness out there that, there is still that breadwinner dynamic, that the man's making more and the woman is you could be making a lot of money too, and you can have your own income because, men and women both have jobs in the 21st century. We're dual earners here. But you can be under exaggerating how much you work, or you can just be like, oh, well, it's not that much. It's not too bad. Making it seem like just a breeze, even though it's not. So to other people, they're going to feel like, oh, this is the dynamic. The husband's making more than the wife. The husband is the breadwinner. So you might think about doing that dynamic there, which is really done a lot. I literally just took a course in university about this, and a lot of people do this, and it's systematic, okay, because it's been around, and now people have a new face to the whole breadwinner stuff, even though we're dual earners. I'm also picking up that life with your future spouse, a lot of people won't know too much about you guys. Everyone's going to know that you're together and everything like that, but you're not going to be telling everyone your secrets, obviously not, but people are just going to know a little bit about you. You guys are going to keep your relationship on the down low, everyone's going to know you're together, but it's you're not the couple that always goes out and hangs out with friends and goes to parties and stuff. You guys are comfortable in your home, all right? I am seeing that one of either you or your spouse is going to have a really practical job, might be a doctor, but I do see you both in fields or in these type of hobbies where you're helping others, you're at service for others, okay? I'm definitely seeing like if the masculine here has like a really, you know, a really, really well known job. The masculine is doing really well in it. They might even like be like the boss, okay? They're just making a lot of money here. So, literally, as I said, the husband, if you have like if you're going to be marrying someone that is a man, whatever. But the husband here is definitely going to be out there more. Like people are going to know more about the husband than they're going to know about you if you are a feminine. But if you are like also a masculine, if you're also a man, like your spouse is going to be more out there. Like everyone's going to know more about your spouse than you. You might be like more of a shy person because I am seeing this dynamic of someone's more shy, someone's more out there, you know, but that's what I'm seeing there. You're gonna have a very beautiful home. Like your house is gonna be very when people enter your home, they're gonna be like, wow, like you live here? Because it's just going to look really good. Because with the fish and the tree beside it, it's like people are gonna know you have money once they step into your home. It's very comfortable, it's very cozy, it's very nice, but you can tell like there's a good amount of money spent on this house. A lot of people will be talking about your home for sure, like what you have, your finances. You're going to be like, wow, like they really did that, like they're really, you know, providing for each other, providing for their entire family, and they're doing that together. Like this is like power couple stuff. Okay, understand. Okay, all right, so sorry, someone entered the door, so I had to like say something. Okay, so we're moving on. My sister came into the room even though she knew I was doing a reading. So that distracted me. And I had to talk to her. So we're moving on now. That's what's happening. So we have your oracle cards. We have Blessed, Yin. We have Thinker, Virgo, Sagittarius. It's up to you. And we also have Compromise. So yeah, I feel like there's 222 right there as well. So that's something to look up. And then we have 44. So yeah, I feel like the feminine's going to be also making like a really good amount of money as well. But the feminine might be a little bit more shy and not really out there about what they do. But you're going to feel very blessed. The feminine's going to feel very blessed here. This relationship is also just very blessed. Like you have a lot of money. You know, it doesn't have to be like millions of dollars, but you have enough money to, you know, have a comfortable home. You can entertain your guest. Like it's a good life. There's nothing to really complain about here. You're very blessed and very grateful. I do see you guys having like a fountain in the front of your house or something with a fountain or like a bird bath. Um, just being able to afford things like that for your home is also something that people are going to be noticing about, like those details there. I feel like the feminine also is going to be doing a lot of the planning. Like I feel like the feminine here is going to be, you know, looking more into the details of the home, figuring out different types of plans. If you guys want to go on trips, I feel like the feminine's definitely going to be the one, you know, taking charge with that. I feel like the masculine does work a lot and probably like every single day, you know? So I feel like the masculine isn't always readily available to plan those things. So you have like the feminine has more of the time to do that. The feminine might even work at home as well, might have like a job that or like a business where you work at home. So you kind of just have more of that time management. Um, or you just want to take that stress off of your spouse. So you'll do more of the planning here. Okay, your spouse can be, so this is sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so I got Virgo and Sagittarius for signs, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, and then With it's up to you, again, like I feel like the feminine's doing a lot of the planning. It's up to you for, planning everything really. Um I feel like outside, okay, this is what I'm getting now. I feel like other people, when they see a relationship, they feel like the masculine is very like more dominant. It's probably like making more money. That's what people think. All right. But inside the home, when it's just you and your spouse, you're really in charge. You're really the one that's in charge. The masculine might be, out working 7 days a week, long hours. People are like, oh my goodness, like look at how much he's doing. That's why there's so much like emphasis on the husband or the masculine here, because of their work, because they like people see them working so much all the time. But really inside the home, it's like you're the one that has to create all of these other plans and things like that. You're the one that really is in charge at home. But like outside of the house, like I guess that's why you kind of have that kind of falseness card that was there. It's like you're kind of keeping up um that what is that image that the masculine is, the breadwinner doing more, but really it's like the feminine that is. But I feel like the masculine knows that you're doing so much and you're probably like even making more money than they are, so they're like, just give me this, like this is the one thing I need to feel like all protective and whatever. I don't know, like that's what I'm getting here, especially if they're like have this Virgo in their chart somewhere. It's like they really care about how other people might see them as well. Okay. And then we do have compromise. So again, like you're compromising like this relationship, you have to compromise a lot of things here. Um yeah. But definitely it's a very blessed relationship. The feminine is very much in charge, but like externally when people look at your relationship, they think the masculine is. Right? So that's what I'm getting there. Not really seeing any children or anything here. That doesn't mean you're not going to have any, but like that's just not there, in those piles, in those cards. Sorry. So let's move on to the intimacy with your future spouse. So we have the moon, strength, knight of pentacles, eight of chalices, or the five of chalices. Okay, so I definitely like you guys are both really hard workers. Let me just tell you that. Like I feel like this is the couple that in the morning you have breakfast together, you kiss, you hug, and then you go, and then you don't see each other until later that night or later that evening. Okay, so I do see uh, a lot of your intimacy taking place in the at nighttime. Okay, maybe even after dinner, after you guys have like a glass of wine. I do see whoever is more fiery, has that more fiery energy, is very dominating. You guys do like to take things slow, especially because you guys are both really hard workers and you might not have that much time to, be having sex all the time, like. So you guys like to take it slow. You guys aren't about like quickies or anything. Like you want to take that moment for each other. I feel like you guys do have date nights. Um, Maybe not as often as you would like to, but you love to go on date nights. Okay, with the eight of chalices and the five of chalices, it's like you guys want to have enough time for this intimacy with each other because you don't know when you're going to be able to do it again, right? Because you're just very busy people, very busy. Definitely see that. All right. What else is going on here? I feel like you two are very, like, you deal with your situations together as a couple. Like, nobody is going, like, you don't really, it's not like you guys are going to be going to your friends and asking for advice and stuff like that. Like it's really like you two together, and you guys have a very strong relationship, a very strong bond here, right? And I feel like you're always learning new things about each other, learning new ways to pleasure each other here. The feminine just has a very, very like beautiful, lovely, curvaceous body. Um, I also feel that the feminine, whenever it is time to, have those sexy nights, likes to dress up. Maybe even just like PJs. Like I'm seeing like satin PJs, like silky PJs, like nothing like super sexy, but it's like something comfortable, but something really like nice and modern, like kind of modest. All right. So taking time to do that. Your future spouse really loves your ass. Definitely. And loves just like your curvy body. You might have long hair or, yeah, definitely long hair. They like when your hair is really long, wavy or curly hair as well, I'm seeing. And you might even like to get highlights sometimes. Like you guys might even actually just change your hair all the time, and your future spouse really likes that. So that's what I got for you guys. I chose pile 1 with the sunstone crystal. Thank you for being here with me today, and I hope you enjoyed that reading. See you later. Alright, so if you have chosen pile 2 with the rose quartz crystal, you found your way to your reading. So life with your future spouse, what will that be like? Plus the intimacy, which I'll be doing last here. Alright, let's get started. I've got a lot of cards, so I'm going to do the oracle and Lenormand first, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Okay, so first we have love, enemy, friend. Oh, I see. We have the clover, the book, bouquet, mountain, and the mice. So you and your future spouse are going to be very much in love, and everyone's going to know that. Everybody's going to see that. Not saying that you guys are going to be that PDA type of couple. You might, but it's like it's not even just like you guys have to be like sucking each other's faces for people to be like, oh my god, they're so in love. You guys, it's not like that. They just like your dynamic, how you guys interact with each other. You guys like finish each other's sentences. Um, your future spouse can just give you a look, or you can give them a look, and that's just like how you communicate. Just like looking at, like you don't even have to like talk to each other, and you'll just know like, oh, time to go home, or oh, I'm not feeling good about some situation, whatever. You guys have a very strong connection here, and that's why you have these frenemies. Like when I see enemy here, I was like, oh, some people are gonna be really jealous about your connection. And then I see friend. So I'm like, these people that are jealous about your connection are actually pretty close to you. So you can have like some frenemies. So I feel like you and your future spouse definitely like to be on your own, together. Like you'd rather be like with one another. You don't really care too much to be spending too much time around friends. So I'm gonna drink some coffee. So yeah, and I'm also picking up here that if it's not only just friends, like this could even just be like exes that just I feel like you guys might have exes that are going to be like really upset when they find out that you guys are getting married, right? Um I'm also feeling like this can also be in-laws as well. Like your in-law might be really jealous that, you took away their son or daughter. Okay, especially like with these here, because there's a disconnect in these cards. Like, it's really important to read the energy here as well when reading. So here it's like you two are really lucky, happy with each other. You guys are feeling really fortunate to have this relationship, and you like to keep this to each other. Like, your relationship isn't a secret, but it's like you rather not like have everybody involved in it, you know? So you have that very fortunate love, and they're very happy with each other, and you don't let anyone mess with this. And I'm also seeing this 10 of Pentacles appear. So again, you guys have a literal empire, right? Your future spouse is always going to be giving you gifts. Doesn't matter what holiday it is, doesn't matter. Like, it can be Easter and they're giving you like a gift basket with flowers. Like, this future spouse loves to shower you with gifts. Like, physically, they love to give you flowers for anything, any occasion. Seeing lots of flowers here, right? But then there's this disconnect here where there's this like a small obstacle. Like, you guys are kind of distant from, some people in your family or just people in general. But what I'm seeing here is like, as well, 8 of Clubs, 7 of Clubs. So 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands. This is like a disconnect with communication with a few people, like maybe a group of people, right? Someone just slowly wants to like bite away at your connection, but it's not happening because this mountain is blocking, right? This is a disconnect. This is like distance here. There's distance between you and your spouse having this lovely, amazing relationship, and then there's other people on the outside that they can't really do anything but talk. With the 7 of Wands, they can't really do anything but talk, you know? So I don't know, there might be a disconnect with in-laws, especially. I feel like this is the relationship where you move somewhere and you're married, you live in this very beautiful neighborhood and you have a really great community. Like, your neighbors are so there for you and really have your best interests as a couple. So I feel like you guys might even like have like a neighborhood couple that you go and see and talk to, and it's just you two going over to their house and stuff. Like, you're probably more involved with your community that you're living around than like your friends from how many years ago or whatever. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there for like the lifestyle, like what's going on. Okay, definitely a lot of community involvement because some people in your life are a little shady. So we have a leg up, clean it up. We have regeneration, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, success, and take action. So just to get it out the way, sun, moon, or rising could be Pisces, Libra, or Capricorn. Okay. With a leg up and clean it up, definitely like you and your partner are going to have each other's back. Like, literally, it's like you guys are ride or dies, right? Very strong connection here. And yeah, you guys know how to work with each other. You know how to compromise. You guys have open communication with each other. With clean it up as well, I feel like your future spouse is going to be letting you know, like, okay, we can't be spending so much time around these people if they're draining our energy. Like, look at how we feel when we're around certain people. I feel like you guys are gonna have those conversations, right? You both are very helpful for each other with whatever you do. I feel like where your future spouse may lack, you have, and vice versa. Okay? Cooperation to perfect. Like, you can cooperate with each other. You guys really help each other with your goals. I feel like this is a very spiritual connection as well, spiritual relationship. And trusting your psychic knowledge of decisions about the day-to-day reality. So I feel like as well, life with your future spouse, you guys are going to be very in tune with yourselves. Like, because you guys are so in tune with yourselves, you guys have this really strong connection as well, because you guys aren't like feeling like a lack in yourself, like you love each other and you love yourself individually. You guys are okay to, not be under each other's butts all the time, You're fine with, having your own space. Like you guys have this freedom here where you might have a different job than your spouse, and that's totally okay. Like you guys are fine with, having a little bit of your own differences here when it comes to like your day to day. Having that time to be separate for some time and not feeling anxious about being separate from your spouse or anything like that. Okay. I feel like you guys are gonna have a garden. I don't know why. You guys might like have like a really nice backyard with like a beautiful tree. You might have a lot of trees in your backyard. I don't know why, but that is just so random. But as well, I'm picking up that your future spouse can be someone that you may have given a second chance. All right. And again, as I said, like you guys are fine, like being like your individual people. Like you love yourselves individually and you love each other. And it's like nothing is really going to break that. Right. And it's a really healthy dynamic, a really healthy connection. But I do feel like this can be someone, your future spouse can be someone that, had to learn a couple of lessons before they even got to you. And same on your end. Like you had to learn a couple of lessons, you had to clean up your acts before you came together. Right? I am seeing a lot of success, especially after this. There might be like a lot of success after this, but you guys are also just a very successful couple. Also have take action here. Okay, so I feel like you guys are going to be traveling a lot as well. You're fine to, take those trips. You might work a lot, but it's like when it's time to go on vacation, you guys are gone for like weeks, Because you're so successful. You have all this money, you might as well like enjoy it, right? What else am I seeing here? I feel like someone's going to be a business person. Like someone's going to own a business. You might even have like um, a family business if you want to do something like that. But one or the other owns a business. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. Let's get into the intimacy with your future spouse. Okay, let's see. Ooh. So first we have the Six of Chalices, we have the Chariot, Justice, Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Chalices. Okay, so intimacy with your future spouse. So definitely this is, I feel like your future spouse, you had a relationship or you were married to them, you were married to them in a past life because this is, the soulmate card, right? You guys are pretty freaky deaky with the Chariot. Like you guys are not scared to just have sex, I feel like you guys are that couple that are just always at it, honestly. With Justice here, you guys can switch roles, like one can be Dom and one can be sub, and like it switches, like you guys have that balance here. You're very sexually in tune with each other, like your bodies are like literally in harmony. When you guys kiss, when you guys touch, everything like just feels so perfect. Like your future spouse fits you like a glove and vice versa, right? You guys are going to be having a lot of date nights, and I see a lot of intimacy after date nights here. After you guys go out for drinks and stuff, you might dress up and look all sexy and stuff because I feel like this can be like a tie. She might be holding like a tie or whatever. But yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of intimacy when you go on those dates. And then there's a lot of like sexual tension in the air, and then you take it home and you just like, oh, you can't even make it to the bed yet. You guys are on the couch. Like, whoa. Okay, and then what else are we seeing here? Your spouse really like loves your legs. Emphasis on your legs. Might like to give you a lot of massages as well. when they're sitting beside you, they like to touch your legs, or they like when you're like sitting on them. Okay. With the Four of Chalices here, I feel like you guys really, because I'm seeing this magnet here, so I feel like you both really believe in the law of attraction. So especially when you guys are having sex, you might do like sex magic, and you might have like an intention to gain something in your life. You might have a goal that you want, something that you desire, and you both will be like talking about that, what you desire, and focusing on it. So when it does come to, you know, like orgasming, you know, climaxing, you guys are thinking about that, and you can use that intention and use that orgasm to manifest those things in your life. Okay. So yeah, your future spouse also, if you change your hair a lot, they really love that. I'm seeing different kind of styles. You might have like a really different style than your future spouse. You might be more stylish than your spouse is as well, but they like that. Like they like how, you know, different you guys are when it comes to fashion and stuff. Like your future spouse might not care that much. They still keep clean and cut, and they might be like t-shirt and jeans type of person, but you like to change it up, right? So that's what I got for you guys that chose pile 2. If you enjoyed that reading, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Bye now. Alright, so if you have chosen pile number 3 with the carnelian crystal, you found your way to your reading. So, your life with your future spouse plus intimacy. Let's get into it. I'll definitely be doing these last though. Okay, so I have a lot of cards. So I'm going to do my Gypsy Oracle and Lenormand first, and then we'll get into the rest. Okay? Ooh, so first we have money, wife, we have child, wow, child again, house, garden, woman, and we have the lilies. Okay. So life with your future spouse. This is definitely, you have such a comfortable home. Your home is very homey. You know, it's just, when people come to your house, they don't want to leave. You know, there's good vibes, you're good people, and yeah. I feel like when you get married, there's going to be a lot of money coming into your life. I think it's, what is it called? Oh, I forgot the name. But it's like when you get married to someone and you get, obviously your income comes together as one, but you're getting very rich after you marry your future spouse here. And very quickly you're going to want to have children if you know, if you want to. But I definitely see with this pile, like if you chose this, you definitely want children with your spouse. So you're gonna want to have kids right away. And I'm seeing like 1, 2, 3 signs of children here. So you might have 3 kids or 2, right? They're gonna be fairly like back to back, right? Feel like you live in a like very luxuriously just by the imagery here. And then with this really beautiful garden here, and then the lilies, like I feel like you guys live in a very luxurious home. Like you have kind of like a luxurious lifestyle. Your home is still comfortable. Like you don't live in a mansion or anything, but you live very comfortably, right? If you want salmon for breakfast, you're gonna have salmon for breakfast, you know? I do also see, yeah, definitely a lot of kids running around in this house. Lots of kids. And you might even have like a huge backyard because the garden here, you have like a huge backyard. You guys might be living like in like near a forest, okay? Somewhere where you have a lot of acres of land so your kids can run around, right? I feel like the woman, or the feminine here, sorry, the feminine here is very into doing those like crafty things and, You might want to like DIY a lot of things for your house, like DIY like cleaning supplies, DIY crafts, especially for the kids. You know, you might want to do more of like holistic, be more of a holistic and natural family because you do have kids running around here. Yeah, definitely like gardening as well. You might like to like make your own foods. Okay, definitely picking that up. I definitely see that you guys do have that money to be spending on more sustainable products and things like that. Okay, so that's what I got here. Let's move on to the rest. So we have exchanging gifts, mending, by the book. For signs, sun, moon, or rising, we have Scorpio, Aries, and Aquarius. Okay. And then for your angel answer cards, we have yes and listen to your intuition. Okay, so I feel like for this group, you might actually know your future spouse already, like in this lifetime. Obviously in this lifetime. In the present moment, if you're thinking about someone, you're interested in someone, you know, you've been hitting it off, this person is definitely going to be your future spouse. And we have that confirmation here. Okay. And maybe especially with the money, like maybe you guys are actually also just waiting for you to be more financially stable before even, you know, starting to have kids and, you know, having this family life here as well. With exchanging gifts, I see that your future spouse is very, very much a giver. Like they love to shower you with gifts. You might even have pets as well. Okay. I'm seeing kids again here, so definitely gonna have some kiddos. Yeah, and again, it's the crafts. And then it's like the banner is hung up here. So I feel like you're doing a lot of crafts with your kids. That's gonna be like a daily thing. I definitely feel like this is the group where you don't want your kids to spend too much time online and, you know, watching TV and things like that. There's so much emphasis on just the family life as a whole here, so definitely you're doing a lot of things as a family. Mm-hmm. Doing your vision. I feel like as well, like you want to be able to do things step by step. Like you want to have the house, you want to be financially stable before you get married, and then you want to be married before you have kids with that by the book. Like you guys might be a little bit more traditional here as a family. All right. I feel like you guys do things differently as well. Because it says like what's new and different about, and then unconventional way right under this like little family image here. So you guys are very different. The way that you do things, you know, maybe you guys aren't living in the city. You guys are living like outside of the city, and your family might be in the city, but you're outside of the city. So that's very different. Okay. Yeah. So your future spouse can be Scorpio, Aries, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now let's get into the intimacy. All right. Okay. So what do we have here? We have the Emperor, the World, Two of Pentacles, the Devil, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So I feel like whoever the masculine is making a really good load of money. The masculine might be more in that dominant position here. I'm not saying that the feminine is submissive in any way, but it's like the masculine is just very dominant. You know, it's just their energy. Like they have a lot of strength. They have a lot of power. Um, whatever position they're in at work, they have a lot of authority. Okay. But yeah, they're going to bring you the world. You're going to feel very complete when you're with this person. Like definitely you feel complete on your own, but it's like, finally having that beautiful marriage and everything is going to be a cherry on top. And they're going to treat you so well. They adore you, like everything about you. They're going to really treat you like, they're going to treat you like royalty, especially with that exchanging gifts one card that we saw earlier. They love to shower you in everything that you could possibly desire. Okay? Again, with the flowers, like if you have a flower bed in your backyard, y'all gonna be doing it outside there. Especially seeing the devil, it's like, no wonder you guys have all those kids. You guys are just always having sex, like all the time. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles here as well in the middle. I feel like if your spouse like works long hours and you're just like, just waiting for them to come home, they're always gonna like surprise you and just, even though you didn't see them for the whole day, they're really gonna make it up to you. Okay? And again, like with this here, it's like the masculine is just coming in while the feminine is just kind of waiting. So yeah, I see that happening. Especially if you guys do end up having, kids. Um, the feminine might be taking more care of the kids, and the masculine might be the one that's working a lot. And then it's like at the end of the day, you're like drained. You're like, I just took care of all these kids, and they're like, I'm so sorry, and they're just like bursting the door down to just make sure that you're okay and you're feeling all right, right? But you might be like really tired, but they're gonna make it up to you with the Six of Pentacles. There's a lot of giving and receiving here. Okay. There's a lot of compromise. Like this is a fair relationship as well. Like you guys are going to be able to speak about, what you desire to see, what you want to see in your relationship. Your future spouse really adores your body as well here. As I said, like they just adore everything about you. Okay. And they want to make sure that you're doing all right, even though you might feel like stressed and overwhelmed sometimes. Like they want to be like that savior for you. They want to give you everything that you deserve and everything that you need. All right. Yeah. You might actually feel like your spouse isn't around as much as you would like them to be. So that might be another thing there. Yeah. So that's what I got for you guys that chose pile 3 with our crystalline crystal. If you like that reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Bye now.